Jimmy. So things are doing good. Good reach forward here. Head position is smooth. You're not raising up your head much to breathe. And you're pulling your arms all the way through the stroke. Your hips and legs are a little low. We talked about that. We talked about a few other things, but getting a more effective kick is going to help your hip and leg position, as well. Working on the arm technique to get a stronger pull. So as you go faster, your hips and legs will plane up more in the water. A lot of the improvements you're going to see is going to be a result of improving your catch. Your catch angle or your arm position as you pull through the strokes is not bad at all. It could just be a few degrees better. There's it's like the slightest pause with your right arm as you finish the stroke. So if you watch your arm near the end, it's like it just delayed by 2/10, 3/10 of a second. You want to push through the stroke and get that arm back in front of you. So no delay or no slowdown / pause as you finish the strokes. So the kick here, sort of just automatic pilot. I know you weren't really thinking about it. If you make that an effective kick, generating from the hip and snapping down through your foot like you're kicking a soccer ball off your foot, you're going to get more power out of that. So from this angle, what you're looking for is rotation, streamline, and any bouncing in the stroke. So streamline is good. Your hips and legs stay in the same line as your upper body, and your rotation is good. So you're going side to side. That's a streamline issue. You're doing well there. You can see just a little bit of the head raising up as you turn to breathe. The counteraction to that is going to be hips and legs dropping just slightly. So it's not bad. It's a couple inches. The more you can smooth that out, cumulatively will make your streamline better, which will make you faster or more hydrodynamic in the water. You're doing a good job of reaching essentially directly in front of your shoulders as you extend forward. That left arm going slightly in front of your head. You want that left hand to be straight in front of your shoulder as opposed to in front of your head. Again, it's a matter of a couple inches. So underwater, so doing a fairly good job of, I would call this in between a straight arm style of swimming and a bit of the high elbow catch. I know you did some homework on that. The real key with the high elbow or early vertical forearm is that as your arm is extended forward, your hand and forearm start to angle vertical relative to the bottom of the pool. You're sort of a third to a half of the way there. So that's good, especially given limited swim lessons prior to this. There's a breakdown of the strokes at the end, so freeze frames where you can watch it in slow motion, and I'll talk over those. Something to be aware of is as you finish the strokes, you want your hands still pushing towards the back wall of the pool or behind you, and as you're kind of getting towards the end of the stroke, your hand rotates towards your body, if you can see that. So keep that palm pressed parallel to the back wall as long as possible. Obviously you can't do it the entire way, but you do it as far as you can. And then here's just another view of the streamline and hand entry angles and stuff. So yeah, just if you can move that left arm over to the left just 2 inches or so it's directly in front of your shoulder as opposed to in front of your head. So here's one arm drill. This is a real really good technique drill for working on the high elbow catch, and you're doing it well here. You can see your hand and forearm are sort of disappearing from this view as you pull through. That means that they're taking a different angle relative to your upper arm, which is what you want to see when you're watching above the water like this. So that's good. So I'm sure you've been practicing. Hopefully you can feel the increased pressure there on your hand and forearm.
That's all right.
That's good as well. So this one and doggy paddle drill, which I didn't include on the video, but you did when we practiced. Those are really excellent for working on the catch. This one is called catch-up drill. So this is good for working on your extension, really getting the most out of your extension, as well as working on the catch. Here, if you were to watch that in slow motion, your right arm is the elbow is slipping or leading the stroke back just slightly. That'll happen as you're changing things around. This one is fist drill, where you're attempting to feel or grab the water as well as you can with your hands closed, and then feel the water on your forearms. Returning, you open up your hands and really try to feel the water, getting that grab. And obviously your nerves are more bundled in your hands as opposed to your forearms, so that's where most people really think about the surface area, but your forearm offers a lot of surface area for the pull as well.
Just thinking about the kick while you're swimming.
Here we just talked about the kick a bit. So obviously in a long triathlon, you probably wouldn't want to kick quite this hard, but if you can use this sort of technique where you're getting more of a thrust out of the kick, you can see it obviously sped you up, and your hips and legs planed upwards in the water.
You're doing a 6-speed kick. Yeah, you can, when you're in shape, you could probably do this in a sprint triathlon. You wouldn't want to go that hard of a kick in a longer race. But yeah, do the same thing back. Yeah, so working on the kick's definitely going to help you because it's improved your body position and speed in general. There's a happy medium with how hard you kick versus how much you get out of it. That's good.
So, as a breakdown of the stroke, looking at your left arm, so good extension, pretty good rotation over on your side, and then you start the pull, and what you look at is the angle of your upper arm and forearm. So that's kind of one line there, or a straight line. So with a high elbow catch, that hand and forearm would have gone vertical relative to the bottom of the pool earlier in the stroke. So it's not bad what you're doing right there. It just could be better. You could get more grab on the water. And then as you finish, your hand kind of turns inward slightly. You might be able to get a little more out of that finish. So looking at your right arm, good extension and rotation again. And then here you have a bit more catch angle, so you could see a difference in the upper arm forearm angle. See how it's kind of curved? That's more of a high elbow catch right there. So that's better, and you're getting a lot of grab on the water here with your right arm, and then pushing through without the elbow dropping. So right arm there, certainly better. And then if you look at your hand angle here, it's kind of up. It's up and back a bit, but that's not bad either.